Hi, welcome back to another edition of Max and Nicky 1000th Time Reactions,
where we react to a song after listening to it for our 1000th time.
We release 3 videos a day.
Every day.
So make sure to hit that subscribe button.
And turn on post notifications.
So you don't miss out on all this great content of ours. So what are we going to listen to right now, Max?
We're going to listen and watch Blue Bayou by Linda Ronstadt. We're going to watch a live version.
Now, we usually like to listen to the record release of a song by the artist, but I think that Linda Ronstadt's performance on this live version is so good that I think we should watch this live performance. Sure. If you're new to the channel, what we usually do is we listen to the song all the way through without stopping so we don't ruin the intention of the artist, and then we talk about it afterwards. We get in depth with it and analyze it. But before we do that, we want to remind you, as we usually do, that we have another YouTube channel called Max and Nicky, on which we perform oldies tunes, jazz standards, and originals in that vein.
And we got comedy videos on there as well, if you're interested. But for right now, let's take a listen and a watch to Blue Bayou by Linda Ronstadt.
For our 1000th time.
Here we go.
I feel so bad, I got a worried mind. I'm so lonesome all the time. Since I left my baby behind on Blue Bayou, saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine, looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine. Blue Bayou, where there's fishing boats with their sails afloat. If I could only see that familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. Gonna be with some of my friends, gonna see my baby again. Maybe I feel better again on Blue Bayou. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine, looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine. Blue Bayou, where those fishing boats with their sails
case you're wondering what all these cameras are for, this is overseas TV, so if you got any aunts and uncles in Australia, any stray kangaroos, want to go out and change your blouse or put on a little bit more rouge, you know. This is the first.
That's so bizarre, that end.
Okay. Anyway, boy, she is just what a great singer.
What a great
is.
singer. Very beautiful, too, you know.
I mean, you heard it at the very end. I love how she goes from her head or chest voice. No, sorry. She goes from her chest voice to her head voice. And with such great ease, you know. What I mean by chest voice, it's kind of the timbral difference of her going. I mean, I can fake it with a male voice, but with a woman's voice, it's kind of like
With a male voice,
with a male voice, we can only go, you know, go to our falsetto, but it sounds like that in a female where it's like, like that.
Right.
So
Right.
she does that, you know, with such great ease. It's really good.
She seems to have a lot of control of her voice, you know. She's really good.
And she goes from her dynamic control. I mean, she goes from this really soft, really, you know, calming, soothing voice, and then she is able to belt it out loudly, you know.
You know, I really love the slide guitar on this this tune, or this version at least. It just gives that sort of country ballad sound to the song, you know, which I really like. You know, the song's originally written by Roy Orbison, if you didn't know, and his version of it is really good. I like his version a lot of the song from the early 60s. You know, and Roy Orbison, you know, he was kind of like rock, but sometimes there was some country influence in there, I guess you could say.
Sure,
kind of rockabilly, maybe. But this version is really cool. That slide guitar really adds a lot to it. And so does I think it's a Wurlitzer keyboard, right? On that,
I guess.
Or a Rhodes. I'm not sure. It's one of those that it sounds like, you know, they're almost like vibraphone, but it's a keyboard, you know? It's a Wurlitzer,
What's also
I think.
kind of cool is I love how the guitar, or it might be the slide guitar, is doing these harmonics as well. What I mean by harmonics, if you're not familiar, are these kinds of you're not pressing down on the string of a guitar where you're playing what's called the fret, and instead, well, actually, I'm not sure how it's done on a slide guitar exactly.
On a regular guitar.
On a regular guitar, but you're not pressing down, and you're just touching it so that it creates what's called a harmonic, which is
like an overtone, right?
Right, an overtone. It's just basically when you're playing a string on a guitar, it's actually made up of multiple. That pitch is actually made up of multiple frequencies. But when you're playing the harmonics, you're actually playing, I believe, pure tones.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not going to go more into it than that, but
you know, also I really like the bass in this song. It gives it a little bit of a groove, just enough that to give it that 70s quality. Actually,
what did you say?
The bass.
Oh,
and I think it's the bass player that's singing harmonies with her. He's really going high, you know.
Oh, it's
with
a
her,
great,
you know?
great harmonies there.
You know, it's so powerful, you know, when they're both singing together.
You know, I will say in the very beginning, there's this percussionist doing something before the drums enter, and I kind of felt it was a little intrusive, actually, to be honest. I just was like, come on, let her. I just thought it's a little too intrusive for her calm singing right now. I just didn't. I didn't think that was a good addition.
But overall, I think the audience in that video definitely felt how powerful her voice was in that.
I mean,
you know?
man, what a treat they must have had to be able to see her live.
Sure.
I do want to mention also that.
Oh, well, you know, it
I
was
can't
kind of,
remember, actually,
if you don't know what's happened with Linda Ronstadt in recent years, it's a little sad, you know, she can't really sing anymore, right? She has, what is it, Alzheimer's?
I believe she has Alzheimer's, so she's
the
lost.
version where that she's lost kind of the ability
she
to
just
sing?
lost. Her brain can't remember how to sing, how to tell her how to sing anymore. Basically, has lost that function to be able to sing,
Which is very sad.
or at
you know?
least to be able to do it live anymore, where it has a.
Sure, it's kind of sad. I mean, it is sad because you hate to see when people can't do the thing they love the most. I mean, it happened with Dudley Moore too. When he got Parkinson's, he could no longer play piano, and he was a very great pianist. But at least we'll have videos like this to watch to kind of remember how talented.
Right. This is
these
the first
people
time
are.
I've seen this video, by the way.
Not me. I've seen this video many
I mean,
times.
I've listened to the song a lot, but obviously, but I have not seen the video before.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
That was the other thing I wanted to mention was when she's belting it out, I noticed that she's not moving away from the mic.
I was noticing that
so
too.
it's interesting. The engineer on this
sound
must have
engineer.
had, she must have had, a good relationship with that person so that the engineer knew when to adjust for that. Or they're also probably putting some sort of compressor on.
Because
or
when
vocals or a
you're
limiter or
hitting
something.
those high notes that are really loud, you tend to want to stand back away from the mic so it doesn't make any feedback or clipping happen.
or any clipping happening, or just you don't want it to be too loud, obviously,
Right.
too. So there's probably some compression and some limiting going on there. And although we're still able to feel that
Power.
the power of those vocals.
Sure.
So that's
Anyway, it's a
interesting.
great rendition, great song. We love it. This was a big song for us in high school. We would listen to this song a lot, along with a few other songs. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this reaction video. If you like what you heard and saw today, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications to find out about more Max and Nicky reaction videos.
Please keep tuning in.